Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel, and let's start. Gratitude, imagination, and storm, and roots. Interesting. Yeah. Roots again, right? With the tooth. Okay. I'll pull a few more. And just have them in there, and I just pulled some. So yeah. Do we know that? Trying to be happy when we are not? Yeah, right? We know that. Yeah. And it's this looking out of the window and wondering what's still ahead, right? But also not really saying something. You know, it's this when you are actually not happy with the situation, but you don't say anything because you need to. Yeah, because why actually? Why actually? Why actually? Because usually, you know, this is not healthy. Maybe you're doing it with yourself. Maybe you are in a situation where you're like, yeah, it's great. But it's not, right? If you don't speak to yourself what's ahead, what's going on with you, then you cannot resolve the issue. But what I'm also getting is this feeling gratitude, or trying to feel gratitude. And but not really very stable. It's this, that's what I'm getting with the storm, you know, because the storm doesn't fit. You know, if you would take the storm away, would be a very nice reading. Stable, nice, everything. Well, this also, right? Yeah, but that's the issue. That's causing the storm, that you are maybe you are currently not admitting to yourself that you are in a situation that doesn't fulfill you, because you think, what do you think? Why do we do that to ourselves? You know, because if we admit that we are not in a good place, it causes us to act on this, and then we can change things. But if we try to stay in situations that don't make us happy, and where we cannot just feel gratitude for them in a way, you know, then we need then this causes instability, and that's what I'm seeing. It's this with the roots card, it's this stability also of a house. It's this a house always refers to me as your consciousness also, if you want to look at it in a higher place. But it can also be just that you are currently just a little bit shaken because of the tooth card. It's this pulling teeth with yourself and finding your own happiness, right? And you know, when you, the thing is with the teeth, right? When you have a tooth that is painful, that hurts, and the only solution for the pain to go away is to pull the teeth, to pull the tooth out, it's causing a lot of destruction in your jaw for once, right? But after that, you can heal, right? And that's what I'm getting with this. It's the pulling teeth with yourself because you are currently feeling like this. So you need to pull out what doesn't belong, right? And those are the roots, right? It's this unrooting. In a storm, it's when a tree gets broken. And yeah, and therefore a storm is good in a way, right? But I think you are currently just learning a bit also about imagination, what you want to pull in for yourself, and how it works, right? And it's a process that you're in, and it also teaches you things about gratitude, because gratitude you cannot have if you are only living in the future, or because the future doesn't really exist, except it's just a concept. It's something we think about, but you cannot grasp it. And the same is with the past. You think XYZ about the past, but it's not the truth, because it's what you think, right? And it's your own perception of truth, but it's just your truth in this way. And when we are in situations where we are feeling like this, we also live in we live in our imagination, because that's the place where the flowers grow, right? If you see that, just daydreaming all the time. And there we feel the gratitude. But if we look at our reality, and it doesn't look the way we want it to look, then this causes instability. And that's what I'm getting. It's the pyramid is the most stable structure. You cannot really shake it. But for you, I'm getting it's this up and down shaking, and issue between imagination and reality. And in a way also, I think you are also a bit feeling helpless, maybe, because you think you need help, but from the other side, from the veil, this is the veil, this is the window, this is like looking out, it's again this stuck feeling. And nonetheless, I think you're already doing things to improve your situation. So let's see if we can pull some more teeth. No, one is enough, one at a time, right? Yeah, so let's see. Planting seeds. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when we imagine things, we are planting the seeds for what we want, right? And they need some time to grow, and that's what you are doing, right? And that's what's causing you a bit of some issues up and down and stuff like that, just because you don't feel grounded, right? You feel you cannot rest for some weird reasons. And it's this energy pull between, it's this issue that's causing you to be wobbly, right? It's not authentic. That's the thing, right? It's not, it's about integrity, right? It's this, I'm noticing today the seeds that are planted in this jar, and do they really belong in this? If you see, the flowers are outgrowing this whole situation. So it's almost like your imagination is also bursting the frame. There's imagination here, right? And it's in a frame. For me, this looks like there's a room behind. It doesn't really look like an artwork. It looks like a room behind you, almost. So within you, right? And it's this trying to plant the seeds in your imagination, and the seeds are now growing to the point where the flowers are there, and you just cannot maintain the whole growth anymore. You have to plant the, you have to remove this container, because your imagination is so vivid and so intense and so so far away from what you are currently in, that something needs to happen, right? And that's why you cannot rest. And gratitude, right? I think that's an issue today. It's the wishing for something else, even though what you already have is also okay. And you should be thankful for that. You should be, right? You should be. Yeah, we hear that all the time. But again, also the flowers are growing, and that's a bird. The bird is free. And she looks almost like she's in a dark place, right? And planting the seeds from in the sorrowful place. And while, if you look at this, the flowers, they grow, they're magnificent. Maybe you try to draw away your sadness and your whole being held in one place, when in fact the drawing is just a plaster for. It's something that you do or engage with to endure something. And it's beautiful, right? It's a creation based on destruction, and it's beautiful. So do whatever it takes for you to feel this way. And for sure, don't forget it, because if you look at that, she, like the inner landscape of you is so vivid that you if it's not reflected in the outer world, it causes a struggle. It's this, right? And it's a learning path. Whenever I see a book, I think about learning, but also, you can put yourself in a place, because this is again yourself. It's behind you. It's in you. You can put yourself in a place where you feel gratitude in the place where you are at, because if you look at this room, it doesn't look like this, right? It doesn't look like this at all. And you can find the diamond in the storm. So there seems to be a storm going on in the readings, just, the discard again. And yeah, so it's about planting the seeds that you want for yourself and acting on it. It's not about just sitting there, because painting or just doing something about what you're experiencing is something that helps you to cope with it, and then go through it and make something with it, create something. Planting seeds, it's this when you want a different life, you have to also act on it, right? You cannot just sit there in this bowl and wait, right? And I think you feel like the plants, because if you think about the plants that are growing in a bowl, they need help to be relocated, right? They need help. And look, I think for me, this figure also is like, she's also standing in the bowl. And it seems to me that you don't see your own power, because the plants cannot move themselves. You are the one who can move the plants, and you're doing it already by planting seeds in your head. They are growing out of control almost. But you need to act on your seeds, right? You need to water them. You need to relocate them. You need to get rid of this and do this, right? And this might be the dark cloud that's holding you stuck, because you are not seeing your own power. Because you think you are a plant, but you are actually much more powerful than that. And much more able to help yourself. It's like held. Yeah. But this is the universe, right? The universe holds you. Might be that you had some issues with trust also. It's just I'm getting, you know, the sun is shining and the darkness will, the contrast of this will lead you also somewhere, you know. It's this reminds me of my cards, right? But it also reminds me of what reminds it reminds me of, like, the whole image reminds me of a divine orchestration and miracles, you know, something unseen that you don't have in mind, or maybe you have it in mind, could be, but it's just something, you know. I think you're already acting on your wishes, and your wishes, they come to you because of your actions, right? It's an own creation, you know. This, when I look at my cards, this is an own creation. That's what I did myself, right? And it's for you, it's the same. And it's just sometimes we get into a very lonely place, and it's very hard to find the way out, right? The artist there, it's a very creative. Again, yeah, it's the creation. And fall is the second time on the bottom, which I noticed. But yeah. But what is art really, right? We think, you know, when we the issue with art is also when you create it and you don't let go of it, sell it or gift it or whatnot. It piles up, you know. If they are drawings, they pile up. And this card always reminds me, it reminds me of the free-flowing energy. So art is just one step into the divinity. It's the first step, that it's the easiest step, it's what everybody can do, and it opens us up to being free and unconscious and just flow, right? So this, if you are not doing art at the moment, it seems to me that all of those images want to point out that you maybe would be benefit from that, right? But also be like, do you see, like, the flowers are also everywhere. It's this, you are the artist of your own life. It's not just art of doing something like an image, making an image, but also arting your life, you know, taking everything and putting it together into something nice. Yeah. So the guidance is clearly to become the artist of your own life. And you and your loved ones are safe. So if there are feelings of unsafety, an unrooting process, you know, can feel like this, right? Like you are not safe. And maybe you think about other people also and worry. Maybe you're a worrier. But you are actually a warrior. Did I tell it? Is it? Do you know what I mean? yeah, so you can it's just something that Spirit wanted to point out. Cancer energy is very emotional, but also very like this, right? Cancer is hiding in the shell in a way, right? Yeah, bold and make the first move. Encouragement, you know? It's all about encouragement, and it's, yeah. Okay, this wanted to come, yeah, because I think you are also waiting for some good luck, some, yeah, something, a divine orchestration that will make you happy. Maybe you had some dreams already about it, and you're wondering when it will come in, right? Your blessing. But there we go. Yeah, so let's see who this reading is for. Taurus. I'm a Taurus too. Funny. Okay, thanks universe for that. And yeah, additional info is in the litter box below, and see you next time. Bye bye.